This is Water Valley Blue Devil Classic Football. This game features the Water Valley Blue Devils and the Bruce Trojans. The game was played on September the 11th, 1998 at Water Valley. The final score was Water Valley 7, Bruce 19. And now here's Don Brooks, Bill Morgan, and Ken Johnson.
All right, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome out to Death Valley here tonight. Bill Morgan along with Don Brooks, Russ Wooten, and Ken Johnson. Happy to be bringing you the Water Valley Blue Devils right here tonight from Death Valley as they host this rivalry tonight. Bruce Trojans, as you see the Trojans across the way. Bruce coming in tonight with the 2-0 mark, looking to go 3-0. And I tell you what, Water Valley trying to get their first victory here tonight. They have a very solid ball club here at Water Valley. They played Oxford toe-to-toe last week, and they're looking forward to hopefully getting a victory here tonight against Bruce. And the Trojans, you can see across the way, are fired up done as they come in tonight ready to go 3-0. And they have really had a great start this year. They've got a lot of talent on that team this year.
A lot of depth, more depth than they've had in the past, Bill, both on the offense and defensive line. And running back position is very deep. They also will play two quarterbacks at times, and Jamal Jackson, the backup to Chad Logan. If Logan should go down or be ineffective, you can see Jackson in this game. Water Valley tonight is going for their 300th victory in their whole career as a Water Valley football team. So it's a big game for them. They've tried to the last 2 weeks, have not come through. We want to thank the radio station here in Water Valley for some facts about this game. The first time these two teams met was 1947. The Blue Devils won it 26-0. But actually, Bruce leads the series 16-13 with one tie. Last year, Water Valley was victorious in dramatic fashion. As most of you fans remember, Bruce really struggled to open the season, and Water Valley took advantage in defeating the Trojans by a score of 29-8. Water Valley 8-3 since 1987 as they played these two teams. And Bill, a lot of fans may remember when these two teams were both in 3A, so they played every year, and it was a big division game.
That's right. It was very big, and now that Bruce has dropped to 2A, it's still big. This is one of the biggest rivalries that the Trojans have here at Death Valley, and Water Valley coming in tonight, as you said, very optimistic, hoping to get their first victory. They have to travel to Fayette next week. But don't even think about that game now. It's all Bruce Trojans on their mind. And Water Valley, of course, as you can see, will receive. And, Don, I think we're in for a great ball game tonight.
You're right. Bruce will kick off. They'll be going right to left across your television screen, wearing their visiting white uniforms with royal blue helmets and blue trousers. Water Valley in the solid blue. Justin Stepp kicks it off, kicks it right to Clark at the 12. Durrell limping up to the 20, to the 30, and across the 35, breaking tackles and still on his feet, but he fumbles. And the Trojans have recovered at the Water Valley 45-yard line. And, Bill, you could really tell Darrell Clark was limping.
That's right. We saw him last week, and he was injured, and he still seems like he's got that problem. Unfortunately, turns it over, and now the Trojans will have excellent field position here early in the ball game.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Trojans. At quarterback, Chad Logan, number 14. The running back tandem is Kendrick Armstrong, number 22, number 10, Brent Spencer. And the wide receivers, number 7, Shane McKay, and number 6, Ahmad Powell. First and 10 for the Trojans at the Water Valley 45-yard line. I formation for Logan. Gives it off to the second man through. Not much running room. He stood up at the line of scrimmage by the Devil defense. 5 men across the front. In motion goes Powell. Logan back to throw. Has good protection. Now being chased. Rolls to his right. Throws down the sidelines. Had a man open, but he slipped and fell. That was Corey Grace, the tight end, who slipped. And it'll bring up third down and 10 for the Trojans. Let's take a look at the offensive line for the Trojans. At left tackle, number 74, Zach Westmoreland. At left guard, number 66, Justin Stepp. At center, number 61, John Burt. At right guard, number 65, Jody Dye. And the right tackle, number 77, Deontay Gaston. The tight end is Corey Grace. Third down and 10 for the Trojans. Spencer and Armstrong in the backfield for Logan. Bruce, 2 plays and no yards so far here tonight. Logan, play action, going to roll to his left, looks for a man out in the flat. He's not open. He throws deep and is complete out of bounds for Shane McKay, but he was a good 5 yards out of bounds And Bruce is 3 and out here on the opening drive, Bill.
Very fast, and of course that means Water Valley, of course, will get their offense on the field here quickly after the kick, but Darrell Clark now will have an opportunity to shine here at home and try to get his team down on the scoring board here early in the ball game.
So the Water Valley special teams with a costly mistake, but the defense stiffens, and Bruce not able to gain any advantage. Corey Grace will drop back in punt formation. Clark will stand back at his own 10. Snap is a good one. Grace gets it off, and it's a good punt, end over end. Clark will field it at the 12. Clark is going to be dropped right around the 18, maybe the 19-yard line. And Water Valley will have their first possession of the night. We'll make it a junior. Junior quarterback Alan Drury. The running back tandem of Willie McNeil, number 35, and number 31, the fullback Drew Dickey. Darrell Clark, number 5, and Tremaine Spearman, number 4. Two very talented wide receivers get the nod here tonight for Coach Drury. Here's the handoff to the second man through. A little bit of running room up to about the 24-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. Marcus Gooch, number 2, on the carry. Ryan Taylor, number 13, is the tight end for the Blue Devils. At left tackle, number 75, Antonio Hilliard. At left guard, number 74, Jack Fondon. The center, number 52, Corey Burns. Right guard, 66, Eric Brewer. And number 61 is the right tackle, Justin Brewer. Drury on the option, hands to the fullback straight up the middle. He's across the 25 to the 26. A gain of 2 on the play. That's Willie McNeil, the ball carrier. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 3 right here.
And once again, you see the Trojan defense there go to work early on the fullback there for the Blue Devils, doing a great job there in pursuit. And I tell you, it's been a defensive battle here early on in this ball game. The early turnover, Bruce had a chance and couldn't move it. So it's been a very good defensive game so far here in the first quarter of play. And a nice night out as well. The clouds are out a little bit, but it's nice and cool here tonight.
Both of these squads have been very stingy on defense this year. Water Valley's only given up 11 points a game. Bruce 14.5. Here's the option. Drury's going to keep it, and he has a first down up to the 30-yard line as Drury just ducked his head and dove forward to the 30, and that's enough to move the chains. Alan Drury with his first year at quarterback after transferring down from Lafayette County.
And he's a young guy here on this team too, Don. He'll be back next year and have an opportunity once again. And I think you'll see this young man improve quite a bit as the season progresses.
We're going to give you the defense here in just a moment for the Trojans. Drury under center. Here's the option left, hands to the fullback, and he dives up to about the 34-yard line. Once again, Marcus Gooch on the carry. A pickup of 3. I'll make it 4. He's going to give his forward progress to the 34, so 2nd down and 6, call it. Defensively for the Trojans, at left end is number 65, Jody Dye. At left tackle, 75, Tony Woodall. The nose tackle, number 69, Chris Moss. At right tackle, number 5, Eddie Logan. Number 7 is the right end, Shane McKay. The 2 linebackers, Kenny Armstrong and Jonathan Armstrong. And you'll hear us call their name a lot tonight. Play action, give to Gooch. Gooch has some running room across the 40 and a first down to the 42-yard line. And Water Valley's on the move here, keeping the ball primarily on the ground.
That's a nice run there by Gooch, just taking it straight up the middle of the field there. A little extra effort. You can see that extra effort tonight out of both these clubs here early on as they're fresh here early in the ball game. Nice running job there for Water Valley to keep the drive alive, keep it going.
The defensive secondary for the Trojans, which should be tested tonight. Number 10, Brent Spencer at one corner. Number 6, Ahmad Powell at the other corner. Back to action here. Here's the handoff to McNeil. McNeil gets a little bit of room across the 45 and the 46. A pickup of 4 on the play. McNeil, a senior, 165. The safeties for the Trojans, Andy Fortner, who you'll see him come up on the line of scrimmage quite a bit, and the free safety, Jamal Jackson, who had a big interception last week against UPAR. Spearman and Clark both come wide to the right. Casey Telford wide to the left. So a 3 wide receiver set. Drury going to keep it right up the middle. And that's going to bring up 3rd and about 2, it looks like.
And Water Valley, 3rd and 2, as you said. continuing to drive here. Defense for Bruce been out on the field for a little bit here tonight as we're on the Water Valley has their first possession, second possession of the ball game as they fumbled the kickoff earlier. But this is just a great rivalry, and look forward to a great game tonight.
3rd down 2 coming up for the Blue Devils. They once again come out in a 3 wide receiver set. Drury fakes the handoff, gives to Dickey, and he's hit in the backfield by Fortner. Andy Fortner, who is doing an excellent job here in the first 2 games for Bruce from that strong safety position, comes up and hits the man behind the line of scrimmage. And, Bill, that's going to be 4th down and 2. No gain on the play.
Big play by Andy Fortner. I was going to come in. He has really, you've heard his name a lot. I've heard it on the videotapes this year already. Andy Fortner proven to be a great player early on for Phil Ferguson and such a key stop there for Bruce.
4th and 2. The Blue Devils going to go for it from the 50. And they hand it to McNeil, and I think he has it down to the 47-yard line in Trojan territory. That should be enough for the first down. And it is. So Water Valley with their 3rd first down of this drive. And it's 1st and 10 at the Trojan 47.
So Chick Drury showing a little confidence here early in the ball game with his club, going ahead on 4th down there. And he has a lot of confidence in these guys in their playing here tonight.
And we got looks like a timeout on the field is taken here with 6:07 to go in the first quarter as they take the water break timeout. Water Valley on this drive, 9 plays for 35 yards. So, Bill, they're moving the ball here on the opening drive.
They're moving it very well. The Bruce offense was 3 and out, and they're going to have to find a way to convert and get a first down and keep that offense for the Trojans on the field here tonight.
Or rather, Water Valley has 37 yards on this drive. And Gooch, 3 carries for 18 yards, leads the way. Drury back to throw. He wants to go deep down the sidelines for Spearman, and it is picked off by Ahmad Powell. Powell coming back the other way. Cuts it back across the field, breaks the tackle. Still on his feet to the 40. Powell is going to fumble the football. It's loose, and I think Water Valley has it back. There's a flag on the play. I think Tremaine Spearman came back and made the fumble recovery. So a wild play there. 2 turnovers on that one play. As Bruce got the interception, but then Powell trying to make a return out of it, coughed it up. And all of a sudden, Water Valley has it back at the 38-yard line with a first down.
Don, I tried to keep up with Powell. He was zigzagging. I don't know if I followed those moves or not, but I tell you, nice interception there, but Water Valley fortunate to get it right back in great field position.
The Blue Devils have the football with 5:39 to go in the first quarter. Drury hands it off to Dickey. Not much running room as his knee went down about the same time that he met number 85 of Bruce. That's Chess Dye. So it'll be a gain of only 1, 2nd down and 9 for the Blue Devils. Some other games of note tonight. Calhoun City's at home trying to get their first victory against the Faulkner Eagles. Vardaman is hosting Coffeyville tonight. Lafayette County on the road at Horn Lake. And Oxford against New Albany. Drury on the option. Pitches it to the left. Ball is on the ground, and Gooch is going to be hit hard and dropped. Kendrick Armstrong was the first guy to hit him. And then Fortner was there to finish him off. No gain on the play. And it'll force 3rd down and 9.
I tell you, Gooch was trying to get a hold of that ball, and he got nailed there by the Trojans. That was quite a lick there that we caught on camera. And now it's going to be a long 3rd for the Water Valley Blue Devils, and the Bruce Trojan defense stiffens here once again.
I think it'll be 4-down territory, though, as Coach Drury, if he went for it at the 50, he'll probably go for it here in Bruce territory to 37. They're running out of the shotgun now with 2 wing backs. Drury back to throw, wants to go deep down the sidelines for Spearman, and the pass is going to be caught by Tremaine Spearman down around the 17-yard line. Drury laid it in there right over the outstretched shoulder of Spearman, who brought it in near the sidelines for a first down.
Spearman was set up for that, and a nice pass there by Drury, and a good pass, good connection there. Water Valley with a big play, and the big playmakers may be the one that could take this game tonight. And so far, the Blue Devils have done it offensively here on their 2nd great drive.
That was the same play that was picked off a while ago by Ahmad Powell, just a straight run down the field by Spearman. Drury back to throw. Now a little pitch up the middle to Gooch. It's wide open to the 10, to the 5. A touchdown, Blue Devils. Marcus Gooch with the play, and that's a 17-yard touchdown pass from Drury to Gooch. And the Blue Devils are on the board first here with 4:09 to go in the first quarter.
I tell you, they wasted no time taking advantage of the fumble. Bruce had got an interception. Water Valley got it right back, and now they've got 6 points on the board here tonight. And the Trojans are going to have to find an answer offensively and stay on the field this time.
So the Blue Devils take the opening drive. They started with 10:45 to go in the quarter. Took it all the way down to 4:09, so over 6 minutes on that drive, and it comes up with 6 points. Extra point coming up here for the Blue Devils is going to be Michael Fonte, who kicks it up and good. And with 4:09 to go in the first quarter, Water Valley 7, Bruce nothing. And welcome back to Death Valley, where the Blue Devils have taken a 7-0 lead against the Trojans. Michael Fonte to kick it off. He lets it fly. It's a short little pooch kick right in the middle of everybody. Fielded, and it's going to be Spencer. Spencer up the middle of the field across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. And Bruce will go on offense for the second time tonight. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
And Don, once again, let us remind everybody to be sure and go by and do business with all of our sponsors making the game possible right here tonight from Water Valley. As we mentioned, we'll be telling you about some sponsors here from the Water Valley area tonight, and they're so important in the broadcast here, so we'll be telling you about that throughout the ball game.
1st and 10 for the Trojans. Logan up under center, I formation. Armstrong and Spencer in the backfield. And the give is up the middle to Armstrong, nothing doing. He knocked on the door, but the Blue Devils wouldn't let him come through, and it's 2nd and 10.
I tell you what, Water Valley defense doing such a great job here, closing the holes up here tonight on the running game. Bruce, primarily a running team, but you've seen tonight that Logan is not afraid to throw the ball either. So look for him to mix it up some, but Water Valley defense very solid here early on tonight.
4 plays now for the Trojans, no yards. I formation here on 2nd down and 10. Logan, play action, rolls to his left, wants to run with it, tries to get to the corner, and he is hit hard and driven out of bounds around the 35-yard line.
Oh, my.
Roderick Blackman, the safety, strong safety, came up to make the hit, number 6.
Don, I about felt that up here. That was quite a lick.
They're going to give him a gain of 4, 3rd down and 6. Coming up here for the Trojans. Logan scored a touchdown last week against Upora on a play similar to that, where he rolled out, ran it some 60 yards, but this time Water Valley read it very well. 3rd down and 6 yards to go. Powell goes in motion. Back to throw, throws it out in the flat, complete to Powell. 1st down for Bruce across the 45 up to the 48-yard line. Very simple play there. Powell just went in motion left to right, and Logan rolled out and hit him out in the flat for a 1st down.
And that's a huge play for Bruce because it keeps the offense on the field and keeps the Water Valley defense on the field. And the Bruce Trojans made a big play there, and it also lets you know, hey, we can get that 1st down. And now 1st and 10 for the Bruce Trojan offense.
First 1st down of the night for the Trojans. They come up to the line, 1st and 10 at the 48. Working out of the I formation. Logan, with some confusion, handed it off, and he is driven back. Poindexter is dropped for a huge loss all the way back to the 37-yard line. A loss of 11 on the play. Looked like they were going to run the old Statue of Liberty play, a little draw, where they wrap it around, but the defense of Water Valley just came right through and hit Poindexter just as he received the ball.
The Water Valley defense is really penetrating that line of scrimmage. Bruce does not have time for a fraction of a second mistake like that because the Water Valley defense is doing such a great job here getting to the ball.
2nd down and 21 yards to go for the Trojans. Back to throw with Logan, looking. He's going to go deep. Nobody out there, and almost intercepted. Telford was the closest guy to it. Little miscommunication there. It looked like Powell cut off his pattern and Logan threw it deep. 3rd down and 21 here for Bruce.
I think Bruce knew coming into this game, Don, that this would be the toughest one they've had this season. Without a doubt, here coming to play Water Valley, Death Valley, and Water Valley looking for their first victory.
And it won't get any easier next week. They'll have to play Independence, another good football team in 3A. Logan now 1 for 4 for 13 yards on the night. He's back to throw again. He's under pressure, and he's going to be sacked back there. Number 44 came through for the Blue Devils, Jacob Pryor, from the inside linebacker position to throw Logan for a loss, and that'll bring up 4th down and long. And once again, the Trojans are going to have to kick it away.
I tell you what, Water Valley defense has just dominated, as we said early on, and have really been able to dominate the line of scrimmage here tonight, and the difference in your game there, and also capitalize on the turnover earlier where Bruce fumbled.
Let's see if Bruce will try to kick it away from the backs and kick it out of bounds like we talked about on the coaching show earlier. Corey Grace will do the punting. Spearman and Clark are both back deep to receive. And he does kick it toward the sideline, and it's going to go out of bounds. The official is going to mark it right around the 49-yard line in Bruce territory. So the Blue Devils will have excellent field position here with only 55 seconds to go in the first quarter. We'll keep it right here.
Let us mention to you El Choritos in Water Valley, the New Mexican restaurant here. Go by and eat with them. We just got through eating there. Very good place to eat. El Choritos, the finest and authentic Mexican. Proud to be one of our sponsors here tonight. El Choritos Mexican, right there by the old railroad track, downtown Main Street, Water Valley. El Choritos.
Bruce is 9 plays for -1 yard. Not a very good offensive showing so far in the first quarter for the Trojans. Drury under center. Hands it off to Gooch. Gooch is hit, breaks the tackle, but then cannot get away from number 5. That's Eddie Logan, who dropped him at the 48-yard line. A pickup of 1 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down, and let's say 8. They're going to give him 2 yards, 2nd down and 8.
Nice job by Eddie Logan there to hang on until he could get a little help and make that tackle there, that one-hand tackle.
2nd and 8. For the Blue Devils. Spearman and Telford wide to the right, Clark to the left. They keep it on the ground to the fullback up the middle. Not much running room, maybe to the 45. Gain of a couple. Gooch once again the ball carrier. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Blue Devils.
And this is where the Bruce defense has to be strong and Don has to stiffen, because they can't allow Water Valley to go up by 2 or 3 touchdowns here at home. It'll be very hard to come back, take just about all of your motion out of you, and the Bruce defense must play strong here.
3rd down and 6. You can see Darrell Clark is noticeably limping once again. Drury out of the shotgun, back to throw. He wants to go to Clark, a little out, and he slipped and fell. Incomplete. He had a little bit of a cushion that time. Ahmad Powell not wanting to get beat deep again, so he gave him a little cushion, but Clark could not keep his feet, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Blue Devils.
That's about the only time you're going to see him not catch a pass, is when he's nowhere or something. Otherwise, he's just about going to catch that ball every time.
You know, a lot of the colleges are saying he doesn't have the speed, but if you throw the ball in his area, he's going to catch it, no doubt.
I tell you, they need to give him a try. Some of those colleges will regret that after a couple of years, I think, Don.
Everybody said Jerry Rice didn't have it too, right?
That's right. Oh.
6 seconds to go in the first quarter. Blue Devils are back in punt formation. You might want to watch a fake right here. Good part of the field in which to pull one. 33, Jamison Morgan is the up back. They are going to kick it. Fonte kicks it away. It's going to be fielded by Spencer, and he is going to be surrounded and gang tackled way back around the 12-yard line. And so that's going to run out the first quarter of play. A quarter in which the Trojans had -1 yard of total offense, and they trail the Blue Devils 7-0. You're watching TV7 TV 34 presentation of Water Valley and Bruce. Stay with us. Welcome back to Death Valley, where the Trojans and the Blue Devils are tangling. Right now it's 7-0 in favor of the Blue Devils. Bruce is pinned deep in their own end. 2 turnovers in the first quarter for Water Valley. Neither one of them hurt themselves. While Bruce had 1 turnover, and it was costly as it led to a Water Valley touchdown. Bruce going to come out now with the wishbone formation with Justin Stepp as a fullback. Armstrong and Poindexter flanking him behind. No wide receiver set, double tight end. Logan hands it off to Poindexter, who runs into his own man, and he's thrown for a loss, maybe back to the 9. Let's see, they're going to give him forward progress to the 11, it looks like. Gain of 1. And it'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Trojans. Water Valley was 76 yards of total offense there in the first quarter to Bruce's -1. So you can see from looking at the stats, Water Valley dominated the first quarter. 2nd down and 9 for the Trojans. Logan rolls out under a little bit of pressure, throws out in the flat, got a man wide open, complete to the 30, 35. Poindexter, he may go all the way. Poindexter to the 40, he's to the 30, to the 20, nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown Trojans. 79-yard touchdown pass from Logan to Jeremy Poindexter out of the backfield. And we're an extra point away from this game being tied up.
And that's exactly, Don, what you want. And Poindexter, with that speed, able to outrun the defenders. 2 people had a little shot at him but couldn't catch him. And, you know, he had a great game against Baldwin as well. And you would have to think, eventually, as this game continued, somewhere he would have to contribute pretty heavily.
I tell you, credit Coach Phil Ferguson with an excellent call down there. He came out in the wishbone set, everybody thinking Bruce was going to run the ball, be conservative. Ran a little play-action rollout, and all of a sudden, the Trojans are on the board. The extra point is up, and it is good. Justin Stepp with the PAT, and with 11:03 to go in the first half, we're tied at 7, the Blue Devils and the Trojans. Stepp to kick it off. Pretty good kick, deep kick. Muffed by Telford. He's going to have to go back and pick it up. He does, and now he is going to be surrounded and dropped. Kendrick Armstrong made the tackle on special teams way back inside the 10-yard line. And so the Blue Devils are going to have to start deep in their own end. And Bill, with 1 play, Bruce is now taking the lead in total offense.
I tell you what, and the momentum has shifted quite a bit, as you can tell, too, towards the Trojans. Armstrong coming in with that blazing speed there off of a little mistake there by the Blue Devils, and now the Bruce defense has an opportunity to get this ball back in excellent field position according to what they can do here.
Trojans now with 89 yards of total offense. Of course, the Blue Devils, 76. 1st and 10, 3 wide receivers set for the Devils. Drury hands off to Gooch, second man through. He's surrounded and dropped in the backfield. .53 was in there for the Trojans. I think that's Michael Hatchett. Hatchett was injured in practice on Monday, but he's in the football game tonight. Had a little bit of a knee injury. May not be 100%, but he's getting some playing time on the offensive line, or defensive line.
It's amazing, Don, how your momentum can swing so drastically and now put the life right back into your defense that we saw at the kickoff of this ball game.
2nd down, 10 yards to go, no gain on the play. Handoff off the right side, a little bit of running room for Gooch. Gooch is across the 15, maybe the 16.
That was some tough running there by Gooch. They're making it very tough there to run up on that defense now. Both defenses playing very, very good here tonight. And Gooch there with some more running for Water Valley. And the Blue Devils, we'll see if they elect to keep it on the ground, as they have been very successful in doing here tonight. Clark quiet so far here.
3rd and 4 for the Blue Devil. Here's a handoff to Gooch. He has the first down across the 20 up to about the 22-yard line. Marcus Gooch has been the primary ball carrier tonight. Eight carries now for 27 yards. Just over 3 yards per carry. 1st and 10 to go here for the Blue Devils. 9:25 to go in the first half. The game is tied at 7. 3 wide receivers for Water Valley. Drury hands it off to Gooch once again, and he is hit in the backfield. Michael Hatchett got some penetration. And it'll be 2nd down and 9.
I tell you, Andy Fortner's another young man. Also, Chess Dial, quite a few guys out there that's really contributing to this Bruce Ball Club this year. And they've got some young players that's going to be around next year. I tell you what, Phil Ferguson has to be excited about that.
Clark comes wide to the left. He's guarded out here by Ahmad Powell. Hand off to Gooch. Gooch cannot get away, and he's dropped up around the 28-yard line. Jonathan Armstrong, the first man to hit him, he tripped him up, and then Powell came in to finish him off. So it'll bring up 3rd down here for the Blue Devils and about 5 yards to go. Bruce is averaging 24 points per game. Water Valley averaging 11. 11 carries for 41 yards now for Gooch. I don't think that was planned, and he's going to be well short of the 1st down. And Water Valley's going to have to kick it away. Coach Drury can't be happy with that. A busted play, and Water Valley's going to have to give up the football here.
Nice job by the defensive unit there for Bruce once again. As you said, Don, a busted play, and the defensive Bruce jumped on it quickly. And I think now we'll see the Trojans, number 10, back deep to receive. And Bruce should have great field position here.
That's Brent Spencer, who will stand back at his own 38-yard line. Michael Fonte to do the punting. On 4th down and 3 yards to go. Drury picked up a couple on that last carry. Fonte gets it away. Pretty good kick. It's going to take a Water Valley bounce and then be downed at the 41 by Pryor. He might have got a couple of more yards of roll out of it. But the Blue Devils down at the 41, and that's where the Trojans will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. 7:02 to go in the 1st half.
And also let us mention one of our new sponsors right here tonight in Water Valley is Fred's Superstore. Fred's honors thousands of third-party prescription insurance plans. We've got you covered. Professional pharmacy staff, healthcare team dedicated to fast, friendly, professional service, low prices, trust. Our slogan is health, caring for you. Fred's Superstore right here in Water Valley, proud to sponsor the Blue Devils.
1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. I formation now. Chad Logan looking over the defense. Runs the option, gives to Armstrong up the middle, who spins to the 44. Gain of 3 on the play for Kendrick Armstrong. And he'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. And Bill, if you look across the way, Bruce brought a lot of people. They're standing all along the hill over here in Water Valley, and these Trojan fans following their squad on the road tonight.
No doubt about it. We'll get a shot of that, and you can see just a big crowd. And that's what you expect. Bruce has built up a winning tradition in our county, and you see there's no problem with the crowd coming with them. Sometimes you see those stands, there's hardly nobody in them, different schools we go to, but not with the Trojans. They'll be there.
2nd down, 7. Poindexter on a pitch sweep, cuts it back up the middle, not much running room. Maybe a yard to the 45, and that's it. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Trojans here.
Don will get a little chance a little later maybe to talk. Another big game tonight was Amory and Tupelo, and get a chance maybe to talk about that game here in a little bit. That should be a great matchup there in Amory tonight.
Amory and Tupelo, and also South Panola Clarksdale. 2 big games in high school football tonight. 6:01 to go in the 1st half. We're going to cut you to a station break. You're watching Trojans Blue Devil football. Stay with us. On the sack, Bruce, before that play, had a -11 yards rushing, 103 in the air. Of course, a lot of that came on the 79-yard touchdown pass for the touchdown, and now it'll bring up 4th down and once again a punting situation for the Trojans.
There you take a look at Ivan Brooks, number 1 there, doing a great job. Tremendous speed coming through the line, and Logan didn't have a chance there with Ivan Brooks. Great athlete here for the Blue Devils.
Clark and Spearman back deep to receive the punt. Gray stands back in his own 15. Kicks it away. Kicks it right down the middle. Clark's going to field it up to the 45 and knocked out of bounds at the 50. Good open field tackle there by Jeremy Poindexter to run Clark out of bounds around midfield. But nevertheless, good field position here for the Blue Devils as they'll start this drive right at the midfield stripe.
And they've had no trouble with their offensive drives here tonight. Water Valley has been able to move the ball here, but the Trojan defense has risen to the occasion since they scored earlier on the touchdown throw by Logan, and playing pretty evenly matched here so far tonight.
1st and 10 for the Blue Devils at the 50. Bruce has had no success running the football. 4 men across the front here. Drury on the option. He's going to keep it. Dives forward to the 48, a gain of 2. Jonathan Armstrong got penetration and made the initial hit on Drury. And it'll be 2nd down and 8 coming up here for Water Valley.
I tell you, Water Valley has picked up some of these first downs by just little 3- and 4-yard runs. Nothing fancy, just keeping on the ground. And then even the quarterback keeper a couple times picking up the first down, just keeping the drive alive. And that's what you have to do against a solid defense.
2nd down and 8 for the Blue Devils. 3 wide receivers. Drury back to throw. A little quick drop. Throws out the flat, complete to Clark. Clark is hit, and he's dropped, but he has a first down inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. Gain of 10. And that'll move the chains. First down for the Blue Devils with 3:59 to go in the first half. Blue Devils trying to get on the board and take the lead here before halftime.
And, Don, you wondered when Darrell would catch the ball, and you knew it would have to happen soon. And all of a sudden, there comes your big playmaker to get your first down for you.
First catch of the night, I believe, for Darrell Clark, who had about 150 yards last week against the Chargers of Oxford. Here's Gooch straight up the middle, and Gooch gets to about the 35. And it'll bring up 2nd down and, let's call it 7, just inside the 35. Second and 7 coming up here for the Blue Devils. 3 wide receivers once again for the Blue Devils. Drury hands it off to Gooch. Gooch is hit and dropped in the backfield, but he's able to drive forward to maybe pick up a yard. 69 in there for the Trojans on the tackle, and that's Chris Moss, the nose tackle. So it is 3rd down and about 6. 3rd and 6 here for the Blue Devils.
I tell you, Gooch has been a workhorse here. We've called his name quite a bit here in this first half of play tonight. He has done the job on the ground so far tonight for Water Valley.
4-down territory here for the Blue Devils. 3rd down and 6. Drury's going to keep it on the ground to Gooch, and Gooch is going to get close to the 30. Not enough for the first down. A pickup of about 4, and it'll bring up 4th down and 2 here for the Blue Devils. Crucial play coming up here for both teams.
That's right. Coach Brooks, how do you call it here if you check Drury?
I think I'd keep it on the ground. Just let that offensive line pick up the first down here for you. Water Valley's going to think it over. They're going to take a timeout here with 2:16 to go. We're all tied up 7-7. Fourth down and 2 here for Water Valley. Blue Devils have maintained the time of possession. They've run twice as many plays as Bruce, 28-14. They're going to keep it on the ground. They're not going to get it. McNeil on the option was the fullback, got the carry. And Bruce snuffed it out at the line of scrimmage. Gain of maybe 1, and the Trojans are going to take over the football here with 2:13 to go in the first half of play. And Bill, you have to question not giving the ball to Gooch. Gooch has been getting plenty of yards tonight. He's carried 14 times for 49 yards, more than anybody else. And this time they decided to go to the fullback.
I tell you, keep riding the back that gets you there, and I don't understand that. But of course, we're not the coach. But yeah, Gooch has really been the workhorse here so far, and Bruce. But that's a great break for the Trojans as they can take it over offensively here now with a tied-up ball game.
So Bruce will take over here on downs as the Water Valley defense comes onto the field. Trojans are going to come out in the wishbone formation. Last time they did that, they put it in the air and scored on a 79-yard touchdown pass. Poindexter and Armstrong, along with Justin Stepp. Probably the only fullback in the country to wear number 66. Here's the give to Poindexter, and he has nowhere to go. Dropped at the 30-yard line after a gain of maybe 1. Jeremy Poindexter has been shut down tonight as far as the rushing. 4 carries for -9 yards. Can't shut a man down no better than that.
No, you really cannot. That's one of your key weapons for the offensive unit for Bruce. Water Valley doing the job here as we expected a great defensive battle here tonight.
We have not seen Jonathan Armstrong in the backfield, or have we seen Jonathan Denton. Armstrong is in there now, though, just as we say that. Here's the pitch to Kenny Armstrong. Sweeping to the left. Tries to get around the corner, and a good tackle by Ivan Brooks. Brooks dragged him down around the 32-yard line. And if he gets by Brooks, he's probably got a first down there.
That's right, but Ivan Brooks got that long, lanky body, gets great speed, very athletic, able to come up from behind and make the big play for the defensive unit for Water Valley. Once again, if you're Chick Drury, you're thinking about, hey, let's get 3 and out. Let's get that ball back.
Closing in on 1 minute to go. Bruce has it 3rd down, 6 yards to go from the 33. Logan, pitch sweep. Poindexter rolling out to the right. Nowhere to go. He's surrounded and dropped for a loss of a yard. Back to the 32. Water Valley, all 5 coaches calling timeout. And the Blue Devils will use a timeout here with 34 seconds to go. And, of course, a good call there, Bill. They want to get Darrell Clark at least one more chance to return a punt, but then again, Coach Ferguson will probably counter and try to kick it out of bounds.
That's right. I think you can just about, that's the scenario there, no doubt about it here for the last kickoff before the last punt before the half.
Corey Grace is back deep to kick it. Spearman and Clark are going to receive his angle toward the sideline. Clark will field it, though, at the 30. Bobbles it momentarily. Now tries to take it down the sideline. He cannot get any type of running room. And he is surrounded by 5 Trojans. And Clark is slow getting up. And you could tell his knee went kind of bent backward that time. And that's not a good sign for the Blue Devils, as Darrell Clark, I don't think he took a hit. I think he slipped. And when he did, his leg was caught in between, and of course then all the Trojans fell on it.
That's a very tight play you do not want to see, Don, when you get their legs twisted like that, as you said, and all the body weight that comes on top of you. And there's Clark now, the key player for the Water Valley team, and hopefully it's minor, but we never know.
Let's hope that it is his ankle and not his knee. He's had some trouble, of course, with his ankle since the beginning of the season. He hurt it in the New Albany game, and we hope that's what it is, but we don't want to speculate at this time. We're going to take you to a station break while we have a timeout on the field. You're watching Trojan Blue Devil football. We're all tied up 7-7. Welcome back here to Water Valley, and you can see Water Valley, or rather Bruce, still has the football, and that's because of a clipping penalty against Water Valley before the kick. So Bruce maintains possession with only 21 seconds to go. Logan runs a draw play to Poindexter, right up the middle, nowhere to go. Good tackle in there by Jared Dickey, number 58, a 210 sophomore. And you can take a look there at Clark making his way to the dressing room. He is walking under his own power. And that's going to run out the first half of play. So Bruce lets the clock expire. And we're all even for the second week in a row. Water Valley heads to the locker room tied up at halftime with the Bruce Trojans and the Water Valley Blue Devils are tied 7-7. The Bruce Trojans and the Water Valley Blue Devils are all tied up at 7 apiece. Very quickly, let's give you some first half stats, courtesy of Ken Johnson. Water Valley with 119 total yards to Bruce 81. 18 plays for the Trojans, 29 for Water Valley. Passing, 103 yards for Logan on 2 of 5. Water Valley 3 of 4 for 47 yards, 1 interception for Drury. Rushing, Water Valley with 72 yards, Bruce with minus 22. That's a key stat. 2 turnovers for the Blue Devils, 1 for Bruce. Only 1 penalty in the first half. That was a clipping penalty against Water Valley for 15 yards. Ready for the second half. It's a short kick. It's going to hit. Jonathan Armstrong picks it up, comes back up the field. He's up to the 40-yard line in good field position here for the Trojans to start the second half. McNeil carried 4 times for 10 yards. Gooch, 14 carries for 49. Receiving, Clark, only 1 catch in the first half for 10 yards. He was held in check by that Trojan defense. Spearman, 1 catch for 20. Gooch, 1 catch for 17. We'll give you the Trojan stats here in just a moment. Don Brooks joined by Ken Johnson, Bill Morgan, and Russ Wooten, bringing you this game tonight. Logan hands it off to Armstrong. A little bit of running room up to about the 44-yard line. It'll be second down and 6 coming up here for the Trojans. Rushing yards for Bruce, minus 22. They're not able to run the ball at all against this Water Valley front defense. Armstrong carried 3 times for 4 yards. Brent Spencer, 1 carry for no yards. Logan, 3 carries for minus 20. There's your first half stats for the Trojans. Second down, 6. Logan hands it off to Armstrong, hit at the line of scrimmage. Powers his way just across the 45-yard line. Number 72 on the tackle that time for the Blue Devils, Travis Stokes, 290-pound sophomore. And it brings up third down and 5 for the Trojans. And Ken, I tell you, the Trojans' running attack against Water Valley has been non-existent here tonight.
Yes, they haven't really been able to move the ball at all thus far.
Third down and 5 coming up right here. Powell comes wide to the right. Double tight end set for the Trojans. They'll try to keep the ball in their possession here with a first down. Logan is surrounded, gives it off to Fortner. Fortner's going to have a first down and more. Oh, no, he's tackled from behind. I thought he had it easily. What a tackle by Pryor, who ran him down. And it looks like he's going to be just a little bit shy. And Ken, it looked like Fortner had all kind of daylight, but Pryor ran him down and tackled him right around the 50, and I think they're going to bring it in for a measurement.
Yeah, it's going to be awful close here.
It is a first down, barely. Right at the 50. First and 10 for Bruce.
That's the third first down of the night for Bruce.
Shane McKay comes wide to the right along with Ahmad Powell. Opening possession of the second half for the Trojans. Logan under center. Logan on the rollout, keeps it himself. Fumble on the play, it's loose on the field. Look like Water Valley may have it. Blue Devils say they have it, but they don't. Bruce has recovered, and I think Kendrick Armstrong came out of there with it. Logan laid it on the ground, but heads-up play there by Kenny Armstrong to pick up the fumble and fall on it in that pile. And it'll be second down and 7.
Second down and 7.
One turnover for Bruce in the first half. That was a fumble on an interception return. 2 turnovers for the Blue Devils. High formational, second and 7. Here's a handoff to Jonathan Denton. Denton picking his way inside the 45 to about the 43. Tackle on the play. Looked like number 10 made the tackle that time for the Blue Devils. That is Ashley Harris. And it'll bring up third down here. And call it 3. Third and 3 at the 43-yard line of Water Valley. Another possession play coming up right here possibly, but Bruce may go for it if they don't make it. Logan under center, and there's a movement by the right guard. And that's going to be the first penalty of night against Bruce. It'll back him up 5. Illegal procedure against the Trojans. We'll make it third down and 8.
penalty brings us third down and 8.
Third down, 8 yards to go. 8:21 to go in the third quarter. We're tied at 7. Two wide receivers to the near side. McKay and Powell. Logan wanted to run a draw play. Running back one there, but he did a good job of getting rid of it. Coach Drury wanted an intentional grounding call, but that's not the case, as Logan able to get rid of it. A good job by Logan. And that's the second time, Ken, that's happened tonight, where Bruce has had some miscommunication on the draw play, and Logan has been back there to take the hit.
That's true. He's been in trouble all night. He has minus 17 yards rushing due to the pressure on him. They lucky that time had a man out in the flat, got it somewhere in the neighborhood of him, so he didn't get the intentional.
Fourth down. Grace will punt it again. Grace has had a busy night punting. Darrell Clark is not back there. We may not see him in the second half. It's going to be fielded by Taylor. Taylor up to the 20, and he's dropped around the 23-yard line. Blue Devils will take over. We will not see Darrell Clark in the second half, as he is down on the sidelines now in civilian clothes. He's taken the pads off, so he will not play in the second half. So the Blue Devils are going to have to do it tonight if they're going to win it without their all-state performer at wide receiver. Here you take a look at Clark. So Water Valley takes over now, 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Drury hands it off to the second man through, Gooch, and he is belted right at the 25-yard line. Number 75 for the Trojans, Tony Woodall. 5'11", 260 junior made the big hit. Chest Dye was there as well, I think. Second down and 8 yards to go. 3 wide receivers set for the Blue Devils. Taylor goes in motion. Back to throw is Drury, looking left all the way, throws out the flat for Spearman. Nice catch by Spearman. Pass was high, but he's able to bring it in at the 31-yard line. Short of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for the Blue Devils.
That's Spearman's second catch tonight for 26 yards, all told.
6:38 to go in the third quarter. Big 3rd down and 2 coming up here for the Blue Devils. Drury, the junior quarterback, is going to sneak it straight ahead, and I think he has it. Good call there by the Blue Devils. They saw an opening in the middle of the line and took advantage and gets to the 34, and that's a 1st down for the Blue Devils. First and 10 for Water Valley at the 34-yard line. Drury hands off second man through, and that is Gooch, I believe. And Gooch spins his way up to the 39, a pickup of 5 on the play. And Ken, Marcus Gooch has been really the only running back on either team tonight that has been able to get any positive type of running.
Well, that's true. He has 16 carries now for 55 yards.
Second down and call it 5. 2nd and 5, right around the 39-yard line. Drury hands it off to McNeil, and McNeil is tripped up around the 41, maybe the 42. They'll mark it at the 41 is where his knee went down, so a gain of only 1. And it is 3rd down and 4 coming up here for the Blue Devils. And we have an official's timeout here with 5:22 to go in the third quarter of play. Welcome back to Water Valley, where we have a 3rd down situation here. Gooch is hit and dropped in the backfield.
Tackled by number 1, Armstrong, number 75, Woodall.
Jonathan Armstrong got low that time, broke through the line, and hit Gooch that time, Ken, before he could ever get started.
So it stopped him for about a 2-yard loss, so we'll have a 4th and 6.
Water Valley will punt once again. It's becoming a battle of punters now. Michael Fonte and Corey Grace spending a lot of time on the field. 4:42 to go in the third quarter. This reminds you a little bit of the game a few years ago where Bruce won it 8-7. The year that the Trojans won the state championship back in '96. Fonte kicks a low liner. It's going to get a little bit of a Water Valley roll. Now rolls sideways and is down at the 33-yard line. So Bruce is going to have decent field position to open their second drive of the second half. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Four minutes and 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. They're going to mark it right around the 32, so let's call it the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. I formation behind Chad Logan. He's played the entire game at quarterback. Poindexter's in the game, and he gets the carry right up the middle, off the left side. A little bit of running room to the 34. Maybe a gain of 2, and that's about it. Jacob Pryor was there to make the tackle, along with Ivan Brooks. And it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Trojans from the 34-yard line. Some big SEC games this weekend. The Ole Miss Rebels against Auburn coming up this later on tomorrow. And of course Mississippi State travels to play Memphis. And one of the big ones, Georgia at South Carolina. Another big game in the SEC. 2nd down 8. Option play. Logan is going to be, he gets away. 35 to the 40 and across the 40 up to the 42. That's close to a 1st down. And it looked like the defender for Water Valley, Ashley Harris, had Logan wrapped up, Ken, but he was able to get away and get a nice gain out of it.
Yeah, it's going to be right at the 1st down marker.
So Bruce will have a 1st down as the official signals. Up around the 42.5-yard line. 1st and 10 to go for the Trojans. Trojans with their second 1st down of the second half. They'll send 2 wide receivers to the near side. Logan hands it off up the middle to Armstrong, and he is belted. Number 10, Ashley Harris, made up for that missed tackle. He made a hit right there on Armstrong. And Kendrick hasn't been able to get anything going here tonight. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
He really hasn't been able to do anything rushing. He's carried the ball 6 times for 9 yards thus far.
2nd and 10 coming up for the Trojans. 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. This quarter rolling along in a hurry. Logan on the option is going to keep it, and he is going to get a few, but not many, up to about the 44. A gain of maybe 2. They're going to give him forward progress to the 45, so it'll be a gain of 3. 3rd down and 7 here for the Trojans. Third down 7 coming up. Passing situation here for Bruce. 1:54 to go in the third. Logan looks over the defense. In motion goes Powell. Back to throw. He's going to be chased, and he's going to get it off, and it is going to be incomplete. Broken up by Marcus Gooch. Intended out there for Ahmad Powell. And that'll be 4th down. There's a flag on the play. So hold everything. Holding against the Trojans. That'll be declined more than likely. And force a punting situation here for Bruce. Coach Drew is signaling from the sidelines to decline it. And that'll bring in Corey Grace again to kick it away. Good defensive play there by Marcus Gooch to break up that pass. And Bruce will have to give up the football. Tremaine Spearman will drop back along with number 15, and that's Will Taylor. Back deep to receive.
Back to the Blue Devils, receive the point. Number 20, Grace, back in point formation for the Trojans.
Good snap. Grace almost had it blocked. Flag coming in. That's going to be roughing the kicker. Fumble on the play. It's loose, but it rolls out of bounds. Bruce had a golden opportunity right there on the muffed kick. Doesn't matter. They will get the ball back, but they could have had it deep in Water Valley territory. There's a roughing the punter called against the Blue Devils, Ken, and they ran into Corey Grace that time.
Well, that's a serious mistake. Automatic first down.
And you take a look at Coach Drury, not very happy with that play. And the Bruce offense will be back on the field. That'll be a big one, 15 yards. I would think. I don't think they have the 5-yard running in the kicker rule in high school. And so this is a personal foul, 15 yards. Second big penalty against Water Valley on special teams that has kept the drive alive for Bruce tonight. Trojan fans come to their feet across the way as they have 1st and 10 working at the Water Valley 40. Trojan offense back on the field with 1:27 to go in the third quarter. Tied up 7-7 here at Water Valley. Logan hands it off to Poindexter. He gets a little bit of room up the middle. Still on his feet down to close to the 30-yard line, maybe the 31. A gain of 9 on the play for Jeremy Poindexter. And it'll be 2nd down and 1, and that brought some life to the offense of the Trojans. And a 2nd down and 1 situation here for Bruce, and this is a situation, Ken, where you can try a lot of things on 2nd and 1.
You sure can. Pass, run, option.
Instead, they're going to make sure they get the first down. Logan straight up the middle, good push inside the 30. Water Valley coaching staff upset about something over here on the near side. You can see Coach Drury out on the field. It is a first down for Bruce at the 27-yard line, a gain of 4 on the play, and that'll move the chains. Water Valley opened the scoring in this game with an impressive drive after a fumble by Ahmad Powell on an interception return. They took it about 38 yards for the touchdown. Here goes Armstrong, a little bit of running room down to the 21. Goes Kendrick Armstrong. There's a flag on the play, though. That may be against the offense this time. It is holding against the Trojans. That's going to move them back 10 yards. Bruce came right back, though, after trailing 7-0 and with a 80-yard touchdown pass from Chad Logan to Jeremy Poindexter to tie the game at 7-7 after the PAT by Justin Stepp. And that's where we are right now, 7-7, with 26 seconds to go in the third quarter. And now Bruce will be backed up and will be in a first, and let's see how many yards. They back it up to the 37. 1st and 20. Looks like they're going to call the penalty from the point of the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 1st and 20 at the 37-yard line. 2 wide receivers come to the near side. Maybe the last play of the half, or the quarter, rather. Here's Poindexter up the middle. He has an opening. Poindexter down inside the 25 to maybe the 24-yard line. And the depth of this offensive line, Ken, maybe starting to take a toll on that Water Valley defensive front. As you can see, Poindexter starting to get a little bit of yardage.
Yeah, they're opening some holes where there were none in the first and second quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter. A defensive quarter. 12 minutes to go in this football game. And your score, Bruce 7, Water Valley 7. We've got a dandy here from Death Valley. Stay with us. You're watching Bruce Water Valley football here on TV 7, TV 34, and local channel 12. Back in a moment. And welcome back. Fourth quarter of play here in Water Valley. Second down for the Trojans. About 7 yards to go. Pitch sweep to Armstrong. He cuts it back, gets a little bit of an opening. Armstrong still on his feet. He's inside the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Trojans.
Wow.
Kendrick Armstrong takes it in, and Bruce has their first lead of the night.
And Don, look at this Bruce crowd on the far side. This is a tough ball game for them, and they know it coming down here. And these Trojans playing on sheer ability now and emotion, and they have taken the lead for the first time in the ball game. What a run by Armstrong! Just you can see the determination there in that particular run.
Best run of the night for Kendrick Armstrong. Bruce now up to 160 yards of total offense. Stepped with the extra point, and it is blocked, and that could be important. Toward the end of the game, it's now 13-7 Trojans with 11 minutes and 51 seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
And once again, let us remind you, the ones making it possible, Kelwood Outlet in Calhoun City, one of our fine sponsors for Bruce here tonight, Kelwood Factory Outlet Stores. Parker Brothers Trucking in Derma, for all of your truck needs, Parker Brothers Trucking there in Derma. Hawkins Motor Company, one of our proud sponsors every year. Gary Hawkins and staff there in Calhoun City. Calhoun Apparel Incorporated, a key industry in our community, proud to bring you Trojan football as well as Water Valley football. Farmers and Merchants Bank on the square, another proud sponsor of Bruce Trojans here tonight. Be sure and tell John Crocker and all the staff you appreciate their support at Farmers and Merchants Bank in Bruce. Also, the Bruce Telephone Company and Waller Incorporated, always proud to be a part of Trojan football. Go by and see them for all the latest services in communications there at Bruce Telephone and Waller Incorporated. Also, Pontotoc Electric Power Association, Smokey Bearfield and staff, proud to sponsor the game here tonight at Pontotoc Electric Power Association, south of the square in Bruce. We'll have more on our sponsors here in just a moment. And Don, I tell you what, Bruce taking the lead here and the crowd into it. This is a great ball game. Now, if you're Water Valley, you got to settle down, play your offense as you did earlier, and drive down the field here.
Big play by the Water Valley special teams to block that extra point. That could be very crucial toward the end of the game. Now a 6-point lead instead of a 7-point lead. Step kicks it off. Good deep kickoff. Telford's going to field it at the 7. Telford back up to the 20. Tripped up along the 24-yard line. And that's where the Blue Devils will go on offense. Good special teams play there by Chad Logan, the quarterback, who got down first to make the initial hit on Casey Telford. So Water Valley will have it 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Impressive drive for the Trojans, 10 plays, 67 yards. And something they haven't been able to do all night is run the football, but they did it very effectively on that drive. It took 4 minutes and 29 seconds. And now Bruce is going to have to burn a timeout here. So Bruce takes a timeout here with 11:44 to go in the fourth quarter. We're going to take it to a station break. We'll be back with more. Stay with us. Welcome back to the place they call Death Valley here in Water Valley, Mississippi. Home of watermelons. And here we go up the middle. Water Valley keeps it on the ground to the 25-yard line. That was going McNeil, number 35 on the carry, Willie McNeil.
And, you know, this is where, Don, you need a big play if you're Water Valley. You need a big offensive play. Take a little bit of this Bruce momentum away and get your offense a big play and get down the field here and keep your offense on the field now in the fourth quarter.
Second down, 7 yards to go. 3 wide receivers set behind Allen Drury. Flag on the play.
That may be a false start. We'll wait and see.
No, offsides against Bruce.
Wow.
Trojans must have lined up offsides, and that'll cost them 5. And it'll bring up second down, and about 2 now. Second down and 2. Three wide receivers. Of course, if you just joined us, Water Valley playing without Darrell Clark. He's out with an injury. Will not return. Here's McNeil, who has a first down across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Good hard running up the middle by Willie McNeil. And that'll be a first down for the Blue Devils.
And Water Valley has ran well up the middle on this Bruce defense in the first half of play. And I think that's what you want to do is just keep pounding them up the middle and keep your big backs there running the football, picking up the first down, and keeping the drive going here for Water Valley now.
1st and 10 for the Blue Devils at the 36-yard line. Drury on the option, hands to his fullback. A little bit of running room up to the 40-yard line. Number 69 on the tackle for the Blue Devils. That's Chris Moss. And it'll be 2nd down now. 7 yards to go at the 40. Plenty of time to go. Over 10 minutes to go in the football game. Water Valley down by 6. Second down and 7. Option again. Fullback, nowhere to go. Willie McNeil, the carrier. Armstrong made the tackle. Bruce was all over that. A loss of 1, I believe, back to the 40. Or, excuse me, no gain. Make it 3rd and 7. 3rd down, 7 yards to go. Big play right here for Water Valley in their own territory. Haven't seen much of a passing game at all out of Water Valley tonight. They're in the shotgun now, though. Taylor goes in motion. Snap, back to throw is Drury in the pocket, throws left. Pass intercepted by Fortner. Fortner, he threw it right to him, and he's down to the 42-yard line in Water Valley territory, and Fortner didn't have to do anything but just stand there and catch it. He threw it right in his hands. Big interception there by Andy Fortner.
I tell you, Don, he didn't have to move an inch. The ball came right to him. He had way in front of the intended receiver, and just a bad throw there by Drury, the quarterback. And now that is exactly what you don't want, is to give the Trojans good field position here. They're up by a touchdown, but as you say, the extra point miss could come back to haunt them. We'll see what happens here.
Still a lot of time to go, but the Trojans have to feel good here. In Water Valley territory, they can work on some clock here, try to put together a few first downs. Logan under center. Keeps it on the ground, and it's good yardage inside the 40 to the 37. Poindexter on the carry, and Bill, I think you have to credit this offensive line of Bruce. They're opening some holes now, and they seem to be wearing down that Water Valley defense.
You're right. Earlier, there was not a whole lot there for the runners, for the Trojans, but now it just seems like there are holes opening up everywhere. And I think maybe after the halftime, they've come back out, getting a little better reads. And you're right, the Water Valley defense has been on the field quite a bit here in the second half.
2nd and 5 for the Trojans at the 37. Poindexter and Armstrong in the backfield. They give it to Armstrong up the middle. Armstrong gets a good push down to about the 33-yard line. Looks like it may be a little bit shy of the first down. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 1. A gain of 4 on the play for Kendrick Armstrong.
It's a 3rd down and 1.
Of course, as we said earlier, both these teams, it does not get easier next week. Bruce has to play Independence. Water Valley goes to Lafayette. So the tough road continues here in the season for both these clubs.
3rd down and 1 for the Trojans. 4-down territory here, though. The give up the middle. Breaks the tackle. Poindexter into the open. He's got a 1st down and more. Tough running there by Jeremy Poindexter down to the 22-yard line of Water Valley. And he was hit right behind the line of scrimmage. Somehow got away from a tackle and turned it into a big gain.
I tell you, I thought Water Valley defense had made a big play there, and all of a sudden, Donnie busts loose. Jeremy Poindexter running wide open here in the second half of play, and that's a young man that we knew had a lot of potential coming into this 1998 campaign. Poindexter doing a great job there with the running game, and keep working him here. He's doing the job for you.
1st down at the 24-yard line. Big second half for Jeremy Poindexter. Going to get some stats on him in just a moment. He didn't have much in the first half, but he's put together a pretty good second half. Here's a pitch sweep to Armstrong. Armstrong to the outside of the 20, to the 15, to the 10. Inside the 10-yard line, it'll be 1st and goal to go for the Trojans. Flag came in late, and I think that's going to be a personal foul against Water Valley, and they may move it half the distance to the goal line.
Poindexter got around the corner, and he's got that speed and able to do a running job there. And Jeremy Poindexter once again, Kendrick Armstrong, get my names right here. Kendricks Armstrong. Bruce has got quite a few that can turn it on, and Kendrick's doing a good job there to get them down close to the goal line. Bruce threatening to score here once again.
It'll be a penalty marched off against the Blue Devils. Water Valley wants a timeout, I think, on defense. They are totally getting beat off the front line now. They do take a timeout here with 7 minutes and 12 seconds to go. And, Bill, if Bruce can stick it in here, they could put at least one of the nails in the coffin. First and goal to go for the Trojans at the 3-yard line. Logan under center. Handoff, no, Logan keeps it. Dives forward to the 2, maybe a gain of 1 on the play. And it'll bring up second down and goal. And more importantly, the clock continues to roll as we're under 7 minutes to go.
I tell you, Don, last week it was at Oxford, and this week here at Water Valley, I tell you, these Blue Devils have had a tough schedule. We've seen some very good ball games, though. As you remember last week, the score was just about identical to this one. Late in the game, very good ball game. We continue to see that here tonight, as we knew we would.
Blue Devil defenses looked good in the first few games, but their offense very stagnant. Right up the middle is Logan. Quarterback sneak, and he went right through the middle for the touchdown, and Bruce takes a 19-7 advantage over the Water Valley Blue Devils. And Bill, I think I said earlier that Bruce defeated Water Valley 8-7 in the year they won the state championship. That was not the case. They did it back in '95. They actually lost here at Water Valley the year in which they went on to win the state championship.
Exactly. One of the very few losses they had that year was right here at Death Valley.
Bruce is going to go for 2 to try to get a 14-point lead. Logan to throw. He throws too high for Shane McKay, incomplete. And so the score will remain Trojans 19, Water Valley 7. And we're back here at Water Valley, where the Trojans have taken over the second half. They lead 19-7. Step kicks it off. He's going to kick it, and it's going to go out of bounds. Flag comes in, and that'll be Water Valley football in good field position, as they'll probably take it at the 35. You know, here's an instance, Bill, where you may make them kick it again just so you'll have a chance to return it for a touchdown.
That's right. The threat's not able to get their hands on it there, so once again they have that option, and the field position won't be too bad here, though. That's kind of a hard call to make. We'll see. We'll see what Coach Chick Drury decides to do.
I think I'd make them kick it again. With time against you down 2 touchdowns, I think I would try to get a good return out of it. But Water Valley is going to take the football, it looks like, at the 35.
I tell you what, the Blue Devils now, of course, it's about do or die with 6:30 to go now, down by 2 touchdowns. They're going to have to crank up some offense, much like we saw in the first half of play. But the Bruce defense has made the adjustments, and they've closed up a lot of that running game here.
You're right, and like you said, it's time for Water Valley to get a drive together. Let's see what they can do. Drury back to throw with 3 wide receivers. Throws out in the flat. It is incomplete. Pass intended for Taylor. Will Taylor, the intended receiver. And it'll be second down and 10.
Of course, you know, late in the Oxford game the other night, we saw Clark come in at the quarterback slot, but of course he's out. I was expecting to see him late in the game, and Coach Chick Drury had mentioned that he probably would be in there, barring no injury, but of course he's where he needs to be right now, trying to get Hill back up.
You're right. This is a non-division game. You don't want to take a chance of losing Clark for the season. Here's McNeil. McNeil's got some running room. Hard running across the 45 and a first down to the 47-yard line for Willie McNeil. And Kendrick Armstrong may have saved a touchdown right there.
I tell you, he had a lot of open turf, grass there in front of him, and he just exploded out of the backfield. Nice piece of running work there by McNeil, and that's exactly what Water Valley just about had to have at this point in the ball game with a big first down play.
They're going to mark it at the 46-yard line. First and 10 for Water Valley with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Drury back in the shotgun. Whistle, and we've got some movement against Water Valley. And that'll be an illegal procedure and back them up 5 yards. First and 15 for the Blue Devils. Shotgun for Drury from the 41-yard line. He's back to throw. In the pocket, being chased now, and he's going to be sacked. Chest die with the sack. Back to the 31-yard line. The big defensive end. 6'2", 200-pound junior came through and got the sack on Drury.
I tell you, for a big man, he's fast. Chest Die does a great job there for the defensive unit. We've seen him tonight more than that play, as he's made some big plays and contributed here to the Bruce Trojans. Chest Die with a great job. Water Valley now, once again, Don, in a tough situation.
Kind of reminds you of another guy a couple of years ago at defensive end, of Mr. Scoggins.
That's exactly right. We won't forget his play for a long time.
Shotgun, back to throw is Drury. Drury goes over the middle, and it is incomplete, almost caught by Taylor. The pass was low, but a very catchable ball up around the 44-yard line. And it is third down and long now. Back at the 31-yard line. So it is third and about 26.
You know, Don, I don't know how tough the division is here that Water Valley's in, but of course they're building up, getting ready for division play. You would think Senatobia will be the team that will be most on their minds.
You know, you're exactly right. Senatobia, Independence, both going to be good football teams, but right now Water Valley's just hoping to win a football game. Drury wants to go deep down the sidelines for Spearman. It's complete, but he's out of bounds. It'll be fourth down. And I guess Water Valley will put it away here. On fourth down and 26 yards to go with only 5:05 to go. And the Blue Devils are going to have to give up the football. And the Bruce coaching staff across the way has to feel good about this game right now.
That's right. So they have always struggled, it seems like, against these Blue Devils, but Phil and staff have to be excited so far here tonight. Looks like they're on the verge of going 3-0 and moving on next week. And the Trojans, after starting a little bit disappointing last year, still able to win the division and move on to the North Half. Not too bad, Don.
You're right, and of course, Bruce has not defeated Water Valley since 1986 here on this field. There's a flag in the backfield. It's a nice roll by Fonte all the way down to the 24-yard line. There's a flag down. So let's see what we got here. It's against Water Valley. Bruce will probably just take the football. If it's earlier in the game, they may make him kick it again because he got a pretty good roll. But right here, with a 2-touchdown lead, you're probably just going to make sure you don't have a turnover and take the football here at the 24.
Let's wait
and see.
We'll wait and see what they're going to do, but that's right, Don. I think that'd be safe to don't take any chances when you're up 19-7 now with 5 minutes left to go. Just keep the ball in your possession as long as you can, and go ahead and try to move the football here and eat up that clock. You know, they got to be thinking about just running that clock out as fast as they can.
Looks like they're going to make them kick it again, so.
Well.
Either way, it's not a bad call either way you go. They're probably going to let the ball hit again, not try to field it. And just have to hope that he doesn't get as good a roll if you're Bruce here. Spencer is back deep to receive. Well, now you can tell they're going to mark it back to the 26. Fourth down and a long, long ways to go. Fonte is back to kick it. Spencer is up at the 48-yard line. He's probably not going to come anywhere near this ball. Kick is away, and he won't. He's going to let it hit. Takes another pretty good roll down to about the 37, but Bruce does gain some yards. About a 13-yard gain by making him kick it again, so a good decision by Coach Ferguson. And Bruce will have the football here to 37.
Hunter's Hollow in Oxford, another one of our sponsors tonight. Donnie Getz and staff have expanded their building, have everything to offer for the hunter coming up this fall. And you'll be amazed at all the clothes he has, coveralls, camouflage. He's got his own brand on brand clothes there at Hunters Hollow. So be sure to go by at Hunters Hollow there, across from Shoney's in Oxford. Tell him we sent you by here from TV7. Hunters Hollow, one of our sponsors this year.
19 unanswered points now for the Trojans. After dropping behind 7-0, they've scored 19 in a row on 3 touchdowns and lead by 12. Logan on the keeper. He's got some running room to the 40. Logan to the 45. Logan showing some speed to the 40, to the 30. Knocked out of bounds around the 20-yard line. A flag down way back here at the 48-yard line. That's probably going to go against Bruce. And that's going to be a terrible play if it is, because the flag or the penalty was way behind the play.
That's right, Don. I tell you what, Brad Logan showing that speed that he has. Very mobile quarterback, it seems like. Chad Logan. Keep it straight here. Too many Logans. Chad Logan doing a great job there once again on his feet, and showing the leadership that he has at the quarterback helm for this team.
Personal foul against Bruce, and so that's going to mark it back. And I think the personal foul is during the run, so it'll be marked off from the point of the foul. That's going to be very costly for Bruce.
I tell you, that negates a really nice play by the Bruce offense. Don, to get off that brawl back has to be tough if you're a head coach there.
And we don't know who the culprit was. We wouldn't call his name anyway, but that's going to mark him all the way back to the 33, and it's a terrible play. And it negates a nice run there by Chad Logan.
Of course,
excuse me, stay with us at the end of the game. We will be selecting our player of the game, so stay with us for that.
I was going to say, if you're Water Valley, there could be nothing sweeter than that penalty flag, if you have any hopes at all left with 4:40 to go.
Blue Devils have to be thinking about turnover here. They know Bruce is going to keep it on the ground. They need to be trying to strip the football. That may be the only chance they have. Coach Ferguson is out discussing it with the referees. Coach Drury, he wants to know what's going on. He's going to walk all the way out there and talk to his players anyway, while Coach Ferguson discusses it with the referees. And that may cost Bruce a timeout to go out on the field and argue a call or discuss a call, I guess. And, you know, you remember this happening several years ago when Calumet City and Bruce played, when they had an argument over an onside kick, and it cost Calumet City a timeout, which really cost them at the end of the game.
That's exactly right. I didn't think they'd ever get that settled, but you know, the coach is there, and he's going to make his presence known when he sees something that, you know, he definitely doesn't agree with, and that's what part of head coaching is all about. And it's turned into a pretty long conversation. All the officials gathered over around Phil Ferguson, Don.
Here's Poindexter. Poindexter gets an opening. Tackle made by the referee at the 42-yard line. Nice gain there by Jeremy Poindexter. And Bill, a lot of the people will remember a couple of years ago in the North Half Championship, we saw Romero Miller on this very field as he really picked the Water Valley defense apart as Shannon went on to win the state championship.
I tell you what, he made it look so easy, even with a huge rain that night. Romero Miller seems like at times just could do no wrong, and you can see why he's where he is today if you were at that one ball game.
Second down, 5 yards to go for the Trojans. Handoff up the middle of the fullback, nowhere to go this time. Tackle made by number 66 of the Blue Devils, Eric Brewer. So it'll bring up third down and 5, no gain on the play.
I tell you, one of the best games tomorrow is going to be the Georgia-South Carolina game, and that, you know, as you and I talk, that's a hard one to call. I don't know if Ken has got that pick quite right or not. He's really favoring Georgia well, and take nothing away from the Bulldogs, but that's going to be a good ball game, I think, with Wright coming in for South Carolina.
And that, of course, that's Ken's pick of the week, as he thinks Georgia's going to win that game. And of course, neither team has really been tested yet, so it's hard to say. South Carolina beating Ball State, Georgia beating Kent last weekend, both of them winning rather easily. Alabama's also playing Vanderbilt tomorrow, and So Alabama actually will have an opportunity to go to 2-0 on the season.
I tell you, this has been everything we thought it would be tonight. I don't know if I would have picked Bruce this much ahead. I figured it would have been closer than this. This is always a very good ball game, a great rivalry. But the Bruce Trojans, credit them, they have really adjusted in the second half, made some plays that they needed to make here.
3:06 to go in the fourth quarter. Handoff to it's going to be Logan on the keeper. Logan breaks the tackle, still on his feet, and he stayed in bounds. Good play by Chad Logan. He did not get the first down. So Bruce will let the clock run here, and they'll run as much time off of it as they can, and then they'll punt the football with Corey Graves.
I tell you, you got to like the way, if you're Phil Ferguson, the way your quarterback's playing here tonight, showing a lot of determination, taking a lot of the yardage on himself, it looks like here, to pick up some of the downs. You want to be careful a lot of that running, though, as quarterback, because you don't want your quarterback going out early in the season. But Chad doing a great job here on his feet tonight.
We'll have our star of the game here momentarily, so stay with us for that. Let's talk about next week. We've got a couple of homecomings next week. East Holmes at Calhoun Academy will be seen here on TV7, TV34, and of course, Calhoun City will be at home to take on Cleveland in a 4A team coming in against the Wildcats.
And the Wildcats really laying it to Cleveland last year, but, they're a little down this year. So we're looking forward to seeing both those ball games, hoping the Academy and the Wildcats can pull it off. We're going to take a break and be back with more right here on your local Sports Connection from Death Valley.
Bruce is going to go for it here on fourth down. Hand off to Poindexter, and he's got the first down to the 50. Across the 50 to the 48. And that's a surprise to me that Bruce went for it. And their offensive line has done a tremendous job here in the second half, opening up some holes. And a good second half for Jeremy Poindexter, who picks up the first down, and that'll just about do it. 2:09 to go in the ball game. Bruce may be able to run out the clock.
I tell you, I think, Don, there's been some great guys in the game tonight. Jeremy Poindexter has really had a great second half, and also the quarterback, Logan, has made some good decisions here tonight, and he's maturing as a quarterback. But I'm going to tell you, Andy Fortner has been all over the place with an interception tonight, just playing all over the place for the Trojans on defense, and I think, no doubt, he's going to have to get our vote.
You're right. Andy Fortner. Here's Logan straight up the middle. Logan inside the 35 to the 34. What about the game Chad Logan has played?
I was going to say, we might have to backtrack.
I tell you, if you're giving an offensive MVP, of course, Logan having a big night, but this offensive line has to be the MVP on offense. But Andy Fortner's had a big game on defense, and I think shutting Water Valley down to only 7 points, you have to give the MVP to a player on defense.
No doubt about it, and congratulations to Andy Fortner, our most valuable player tonight. And I tell you what, that offensive line, a close second along with Chad Logan, just playing tremendous here tonight. They've got to be excited about this ball game and the way they played.
Logan goes to a knee at the 35, and he's going to run out the clock. And Bruce is going to go to 3-0 on the year. And a far cry from last year where the Trojans started off stumbling out of the block, but now they're 3-0. They're going to play Independence next week, another 3A school. And I tell you, Trojans are looking very good, Bill, in the early season, and I'm not sure I've seen a 2A school that is capable, at least in the north, I guess, of being able to beat Bruce on a regular basis.
I tell you what, I agree with you there. It's been quite a while. The Trojans starting off, they got to be excited this year as opposed to the way they started last year, but there's still a lot of competition to come. But Bruce, you couldn't ask for, 3-0, you can't ask for much better than that.
There's a big hit by Jacob Pryor, number 44, who hit Poindexter and dropped him. Under a minute to go, 45 seconds to go.
I tell you, Don, we were just talking. I don't know how some of the other 2A schools are looking in the area. You know, of course, last year it came down to the game at Boonville with these very Bruce Trojans here, but Bruce looking very impressive early on against some very good teams. You know, Baldwin Bearcats was ranked coming in, and now you got Water Valley. Of course, they played a big school in Eupora last week, and you couldn't ask for nothing better than 3-0 record to start your season.
You're right. You know, Ackerman, we saw them last week. They looked very tough. They look to be the cream of the crop in the South, and I would not be surprised at all to see a rematch of the 1996 state championship game. Of course, Boonville's looking good as well, and they're the team that beat Bruce last year, but, you know, it wouldn't surprise us at all, I don't think, if you saw another rematch.
I tell you what, you know, Calhoun City was soundly defeated, but they turned the ball over several times, and you can't do that against a very good team like Ackerman. And I think, you know, any team is beatable. Ackerman looked very impressive, you know, as we saw that. But who knows, throughout the season, you have injuries, different things happen. You never can tell how the teams will look. Teams should get better, though, as the season progresses as well.
You're right. We don't want to count out Calhoun City because they got a lot of talent on the team. They're young right now on the offensive line and in some other areas, but anytime you got a Bernard Sykes on your team or a Sharon Moore and Cornelius Wortham, by the end of the season, of course, in 2A, as usual, they'll be a team to reckon with.
And Moore and Wortham getting better every ball game. So, you know, Wildcats very much in the chase, as are the Vardaman Rams. Every year, the Rams looking good once again. And, Don, this one's about in the books.
And Coach Drury and Coach Ferguson will meet at midfield to shake hands, two good friends. And Coach Ferguson comes out on top tonight. Bruce wins it 19-7. Final score once again, Bruce 19, Water Valley 7.